Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome to Metroid Fusion. I feel no need to introduce this game. It is easily one of my favorites. That's about all I'm going to say about it. I'm going to ignore that file because that was me doing... Actually, that was me doing a 1% run of this. Let's start file B. I'd been assigned to watch over Biologics research team, so I once again found myself on the surface of SR-388. There that I was attacked by a life form I had never encountered before. It was only later that I learned the identity of my attacker, the parasitic organism we now know as X. Unaware of my condition, I was returning to the station when disaster struck. Once the X had infested my central nervous system, I lost consciousness and my ship drifted into an asteroid belt. Already looking pretty dire. As a matter of fact, there goes her ship. The ship's emergency systems automatically ejected the escape pod before impact. Biologics vessel recovered it and transported me to Galactic Federation HQ. However, during the journey, the X multiplied within me, corrupting large areas of my power suit. It then came to light that the organic components of my power suit had become so integrated with my system that it could not be removed while I was unconscious. Large portions of my suit had to be surgically removed, dramatically altering my physical appearance. However, the X in my central nervous system were too embedded to be removed safely. I was given a minimal chance of survival. Then, someone found a cure. They injected me with green liquid. It was very suspicious. They proposed using a Metroid cell to make an anti-X vaccine. It seems that the Federation had managed to preserve a cell culture from the last infant Metroid from SR-388. I'm still very convinced that they were just injecting me with glowsticks. But they have not told me this. The serum was prepared and injected without delay. The X-parasites were immediately and completely destroyed. And there they go. As for me, one life ended. Yet I survived. Reborn as something different. Pondering this fact, I realize I owe the Metroid hatchling my life twice over.
We'll soon be arriving at the BSL research station. I must prepare for docking.
The ship's computer has notified me of our approach to the Biologics Space Labs, or BSL research station. During my surgery, the research team sent the last batch of creatures we captured there, as well as the infected pieces of my power suit. After regaining consciousness, I learned that an unexplained explosion rocked the station. For some reason, this awoke a nameless fear in my heart, and now I am being sent there to investigate. My mission on the BSL station will be overseen by my new ship's computer. Following the commands of this blunt computerized CO is something I have to bear, as it was a condition of my taking the ship. For someone who dislikes taking orders, this is the second time I found myself having to do so. It makes me recall my other CO. It also makes me recall spoilers of a game that has not been released as of the point of this game being released, so I will shut up about it. For now, I am entering the station. I am entering the chicken leg. And with that, welcome to the BSL Research Station. More specifically, welcome to the main deck. There's been an explosion in the quarantine bay. The bay currently stores capsules containing recent samples from SR-388 as well as parts of her suit infected by the X parasites. The cause of the explosion is as yet unclear. Investigate. The quarantine bay is here. Move quickly and quietly. You are still unable to use most of your latent abilities. Don't forget that, Samus. Stop at the navigation room on the way. Uplink from there. Is your objective clear? Now go to the quarantine bay. And now we're in the game. That is a very thin window to wall jump. That is a very... Actually, it's not as thin as I thought. I thought it was always a really thin window that you had to wall jump off of that, but I was actually mistaken. Speaking of thin windows to wall jump off of... Whoops. Alright, whatever. Enough being fancy, me. Let's go. Side note, there is a thing under here. We can't do anything here. All that's left to do is to keep going forward to the navigation room as we were instructed by Mr. Computer. The quarantine bay is ahead. Biosigns are confirmed. Be careful. Is there something you're not telling me? Computer? Let's just move on. Well, this door's locked. Wonder what they're keeping in there. Anyway, so we head down here. Here is said quarantine bay. Nailed it. I actually managed to clear that. That's shocking. Alright, there we go. Did not mean to grab the ledge. Did not mean to do that. Here we go. Navigation room. Welcome. This is unfortunate news. The specimens brought back by the field team were infected by X parasites. The X can mimic its prey. Any specimen could have hosted it. Before the explosion, a security sensor scanned one. The gelatinous X parasites invade and rapidly reproduce, killing the host creature. They also absorb DNA and use it to mimic the host. You were almost killed by an X infection. Only the Metroid vaccine saved your life. It seems Metroids are the main predators of the X. That's why the vaccine worked so quickly and so well. But it has also changed your cellular makeup. You will never be infected by X again. Nor will you ever be able to look pretty, because it has ruined your makeup permanently. It's all smudged and shit. I am terribly sorry, Samus. They did this to you. In fact, you can now absorb any free-floating X parasites without a host by merely touching them. This will allow you to replenish health and restore weapons. You may also restore latent abilities this way, so pursue free X parasites whenever you possibly can. This station is home to many species, some violent ones. We must keep the X out of the breeding environments at all costs. This is vital, Samus. I'm already detecting massive biosigns in this region. The X are gathering. This may be our chance to exterminate them, but you are only at 10% battle capacity. Your chance of survival is extremely low. The Federation needs you alive and on duty, Samus. Is your objective clear? Kill things? Is that my objective? Now get going. I've released the lock on level 0 hatches. Look for the blinking hatches. So what this means is, as they very clearly did not explain, look for the blinking hatches. That means any of these gray doors are now unlocked. You shoot them and they open. These doors, on the other hand, clearly not unlocked. Anyway, first save room of the game. I'll go ahead and take advantage of this one. Because why not? It's there. Next up, looks like we've got another navigation room. That was fast. I've received news from HQ. They can support you with downloadable weapons data. Once you have this data, you'll be able to use missiles. This will help against some enemies your beam can't hurt. Head to the data room for the download. The data room is here. With missiles, your chance of survival climbs to 20%. Because believe it or not, having explosives at your disposal makes things a lot easier. That computer reminds me of the Growth Federation CO I served under named Adam Malkovich. He called me lady on missions. From anyone else, it would have sounded sarcastic, but Adam made it sound dignified. Out of respect and with some irony, I named the computer after him. So we know something about this computer. That its name is Adam. But that's it. That's all that we're being led to believe right now. Finally, a navigation room we can skip. Missile data downloaded. Hold R and press B. I'm not going to demonstrate it within the data room. Anyway, we head out and... electrical interference has knocked out the elevators on the main deck. This may be related to the X. I'll work on it. As for you, try to find another way to the target. It's located here. I'm reading huge biosigns, so I hope your missiles work. To reload missiles, you can use a recharge room or absorb a special type of X-parasite. You'll see them. Try it out. Missiles are your only hope. Don't hesitate to use them. Now find a way to the target. So, we only know that there are huge biosigns, and we now know a little something about how these missiles reload. As the computer was as Computer Adam was describing there, if you see a green X, you can absorb it and recover 2 missiles, as opposed to the yellow X, which restore 10 energy. Also, first missile tank of the game. I missed it. Second missile tank of the game. As a side note, if you look on the map, anytime you see a circle, there's an expansion to pick up there. Anytime you see a dot, you've already picked one up. That's all you need to know. So if you're looking for things you haven't done yet, and you see that, give me that. That's how you know. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for when we continue exploring to see, well, what those biosigns are all about. Because they're huge ones literally within the next room. I'll see you then. Save complete.